Alright, so things are about to get pretty dark. Probably be one of my last videos I make to work. I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make some more like this. You're not gonna see me, so it kind of feels like it's pointless. I used to make videos like this on my way to work, and it was all dark, and it was just like, just listen to what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what I look like. But yeah, I'm heading to work right now. Usually about right now it is a little bit lighter out, a lot lighter actually, but they said the clocks got set back an hour this weekend, so it's definitely dark. I don't know why we even do that, honestly. Like, it's almost like just out of tradition. Like, the farmers can set their own clocks back. They don't need us to sit here and set our clocks back too. I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, all of society has to like go based off the farmers. Like, just set your own clocks back, dude. It's not that hard, you know what I mean? We all shouldn't have to set our clocks back. We don't live in the 1900s anymore. We don't need to set our clocks back. For me, it's not like a huge deal considering like the clocks set themselves now, but it is kind of annoying when you know, go to work and all of a sudden it's completely dark. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, I always thought that was kind of dumb that we have to go based off like the farmers, like we're store farmers or some shit. Doesn't make any sense, man. I really don't have a lot to say, to be honest. Like, I had a pretty decent weekend. I didn't make any videos on the weekend. I had 3 days off, just working on my project. This long, tedious, cringe-worthy project that probably most people won't find entertaining, but I find entertaining, and I just want to get some different type of visuals, something different, you know what I mean? Something different. So I always had this kind of like idea of, you know, talking about whatever I want to talk about over gaming, but I mean, people do this all the time, so yeah, that's basically what I did this weekend. I don't really do much, man. So I like to be at my house. Well, not my house, but the place I rent. I like to be there because I spend a lot of money. You know, that's the thing, is like when they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be at your house." Like, why? Oh, you're supposed to be... I don't want to be grinding. I don't want... Like, do you understand how the lack of creativity there is nowadays? You know, for me to be creative, I can't grind. Okay? Like, that's cool. Maybe some people can, like, grind a real job like I'm doing, and then they're just grinding nonstop. They're never home. I like to relax. You know, these people who say grind are like basically entrepreneurs. They're workaholics. I've said this before. And if that's their life, that's cool. I don't find value in owning a yacht. I don't find value in owning a huge mansion, a castle. I don't find value in that. I don't see a point for me to own the whole thing by myself. This huge, like, complex where it's me and a couple people that live there. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me how these rich people live. It's so archaic, to be honest. And like I said before, when I'm kind of ahead of my time, to be honest. When I was talking about a couple years ago, you kind of, you know, especially in Michigan, if you go back and look at some of my videos in Michigan, I was basically talking about you don't want to look like you have money. You'll make yourself look like a target. You got a really nice car, you know, you're going to be a target. People are going to come at you, try to rob you. And, you know, with the food stamps getting shut off, people are going to get desperate. And this is another reason why you don't want to live in a city right now. Like, to be honest, all of these people that are on food stamps, Section 8, we just need to, like, have one place for all these people to be. Like, if you need to rely on the government, because a lot of the people like this, they don't give a shit about their environment. So, like, we need to have this one place where it's just like the shittiest place where we send all these people. And I don't know what to tell you, man. And they can just live in Mad Max in that situation. I don't see a point for us to have, like, sporadically all these EBT people. I mean, like, when I think of ABT, I don't think of people like me that used it the right way. You know, that made a mistake, got themselves off of it. Not those people, or people who are disabled. I'm talking about the people who are just gloating that they're on food stamps, they get free stuff. You know, they're like a single mom, they made a horrible mistake, and now they're like, we have to pay for it, or a society has to pay for it. You know, having kids with a fucking retard, like, that'll set you back. It's like a man. Go to prison, it'll set you back decades in your life. You take out student loan debt that you can't pay back right away, set you back decades. That's what it's like for a woman. If you have relationships with the wrong guy and you have his kid, well, it's going to set you back. And now, and I'm not gloating that, and I don't want any kids to, like, go starving, and I would hope that these women who say that they put their kids first actually put their kids first, because a lot of these women, it's infuriating to see that these people who get free medical, free food, they're all obese, so we're paying to make these people obese, unhealthy, so that they have to go to the doctor more often, and we have illegals on the system on top of it. So it's kind of like, dude, why the fuck am I working my ass off and these people aren't doing shit and they get taken care of? Why am I not being taken care of? And this is why I get upset. It's like, dude, I work, so I should have, like, a higher standard of living than these people. You know, when you're on food stamps, like, here's the thing, you know, I hear these people, and I feel bad for the kids, man, that their parents are pieces of shit. Well, I can't have a cookie for my kid, or a popsicle, or birthday cake. Well, it's like, dude, if we want better stuff for our kids, we sacrifice. Like, that's what you should be doing. You know, you're calling yourself out. You're not calling us out that, like, we don't care about. No, we don't want your kid to starve to death. But, like, if you want better stuff for your kid, then you need to go out there and make it happen. It's not our responsibility. It's like, where does it stop? Well, okay, my kid needs a government issue car, like, for them, you know. So where does it stop? You know, it stops when all of these government-funded programs don't run anymore because the government runs out of money. Oh, wait, kind of like what's happening right now? No, we can keep raising the debt and the debt ceiling. I don't know why they put that in there, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. They're going to come back and they're going to print more money. That's what's going to happen. Because that's the only way to fund anything, is just to print money at this point. We've totally devalued our dollar. Not totally, but it's not looking good. And I don't know if we can save it. Maybe we can save it. I don't know. Gonna have to bend some rules. Is it worth saving? I don't really like the Federal Reserve. I don't like the IRS. And I like crypto. I don't know. I don't think it's worth saving. I think we need to go on to the new system. That's what I think. And, you know, we need to set up wallets where people can't lose their crypto that easy. I don't know if it shouldn't be. It should be hard. It should be secure. We need secure digital wallets for people that are dummy proof. Like, we need seriously dummy proof digital wallets that people, you know, my digital wallet's not really that difficult. It's not really that. There's a lot of, like, when I move around money, I don't move around massive amounts of money anymore. I might do it. I don't know. But when I move around money, what I usually do, you know, I've already said this before. Even when I just like Venmo my landlord for the first time, I send him $5. I'm like, let me know when you get this. I'm not gonna send a full amount and then like somebody else gets it. You know what I mean? That's like one of my worries. Like, I'm gonna send something, somebody else is gonna get it. Crypto, you send it, maybe the letters are wrong, something happened, so you send the first one, you know, just the bare minimum. How much the bare minimum they'll let you send. That's what you send, like $10 worth of it. And then if you gotta send a big amount, then after that first one, then you go. It's just a test. Because I don't feel comfortable just moving around a bunch of assets, like a bunch of money like that. Not knowing for sure if it's gonna go the right place. You know what I mean? So. Anyway, I had another idea on immigration. I might have already said this a couple of videos ago. But I think, you know, for a little bit of time, since like there's so many women here that they don't like men, they don't like hardworking men like me. They only want, like, you know, the elites. They only want like the top 20 to 10% of men out here, which are wealthy. They don't care about us. They're not humble. Like, most American women are not humble. They won't accept a humble life with the potential of maybe having a fantastic family with them, or building a life instead of like everything. Like, that's the thing, is it seems like a lot of American women just want men to be rich already, and they don't want to help build anything. So my thing is, a lot of American women don't even want to be my wives or moms anymore. They're too busy being men of their own their own lives. They don't need me because they are a man, basically, mentally, halfway there. They're not really, but, you know, whatever, do what you want. And we do have a lot of women that like other women. It seems like it's getting more prevalent. We have more women becoming more lesbian, and that's fine. Well, the rest of the guys here that work their asses off that want a family, well, there's not a lot here for us. There's a scarcity, and whether people want to believe it or not, because a lot of American women just are not desirable. I don't find them very desirable. You know, when it comes to like starting a family, you know, like a pump and dump. Yeah, sure, like, of course, but you know, when like, was it 8 to 10% of Gen Z women are on OnlyFans? Like, who wants to start a family with that? Me personally, I would date an OnlyFans woman, because my kids are raised. I'm not trying to start a family, and that would help my clout out, possibly. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know, but like, you know. Now, if I was trying to start a family, I wouldn't want one. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is, I think we need to cut immigration down to at least half a million, maybe 300,000 people. And the only people that are men that we allow here are people like Elon. That's it. People that make businesses. We don't need any more guys here. We have plenty of guys here. We need women. We need women that want to be wives and mothers. That's what we need. So, you know, government wants us to have more families and kids, the best thing to be is to mostly let women from different countries in the immigration process that can pass an IQ test. You know, you have to have a certain, in order to come to a civilized society, you have to have a certain high amount of IQ. Because what I find, and this is just generalization, is the people with lower IQ are highly tribal. And when you live in a civilized society like a melting pot, where it's like, just leave me alone, dude. But the other people won't leave me alone because they don't know how to survive in this type of society. They end up just becoming a degenerate criminal. So, because they got low IQ, they can't make it. They can't make it in this society. They need to stay where they're at. And the people who feel bad for them, well, you should move over there and make their situation better. We don't need to be bringing people here. No, you need to get the hell out of here so we have less people here, and then like distribute your wealth. That's globalism that should be happening, where people here who have money can take their finances and go start businesses other places in the world and make situations better there, so we don't need regular people here, man. We have enough regular people. That's what I'm trying to say. And when I'm thinking about potential wives and mothers, I don't think that there's regular people. I think they're extraordinary. I think they're high value people, because like, since we have so many women that don't, I remember seeing a TikTok video like a week or two ago of this woman. This woman's got like a 7-year-old child, right? She gave it up for adoption. She gave her up for adoption. She's like, she gave her up for adoption so she could travel the world and be hedonistic. She's gonna severely regret this fucking decision, and her kid's gonna hate her. That's what I'm saying. The kid's not gonna. Could you imagine that? You're living with your parent, and then all of a sudden they say they don't want you no more, and they've raised you for 7 years. Like, what the fuck, man? What a piece of shit you are. If you don't want kids, don't fucking have kids. Keep your legs closed. I mean, it's not that difficult. Women don't like sex anyway. So like, why are you guys like out here spreading your legs like guys, you know, spreading our seeds? Why are you doing that? At least be protected, man. You can't identify that this guy is probably stupid and ain't gonna stay with you very long, because why? Oh, he's tall. He's a tall idiot. So you're gonna have an idiot kid. The kid's just so. I know where it comes from, because the lack of good father figures. That's where it comes from. So it's our fault. But it's just so dumb. They fall for the same. Like, it's just so. They are so stupid. You know, like, if that's what you want to, if you want to engage in that lifestyle, who am I to tell you not to? Do I think it's bad? Sure, it's not good for you. But if that's what you want to do in your bedroom and just sleep with a bunch of guys, go ahead. But like, don't have a kid with them, man. Like, seriously. Why don't you find a good somebody that, hey, he might be fucking boring, but guess what? That's probably the best thing to raise a child, a best father to raise. He's a little bit fucking boring, because guess what? Not everything's exciting all the time when you're raising kids. It's very fulfilling though. It's very fulfilling raising kids. It's a lot of work, but it's like, it's cool when they learn stuff, man. It's cool. It's cool seeing them do things for the first time, seeing that excitement kind of brings it out of you a little bit. Because like, when you get to be older, you don't have that excitement for things. Everything feels boring and stale. I've already done it. It's not a big deal. It's all new to them. They've never done it. So, whatever. You know, everything's new to kids. So, yeah. So, man, all it's gonna take is one time me to fuck up my car hitting a deer, and I'm not fucking doing this job anymore. If I don't have a car to get to work, and then that's all she wrote. That's what scares me about this. I mean, and right now is like, peak for deer mating right now. So feel like if I get past this month, anything can happen because snow and ice and everything could crash then too. So we'll see how long I just hope I can make it to next year doing this job, and then I can find something closer. But yeah, we should only be bringing in mostly women that want to have kids and wives and be wives. And if they don't like their husband and they want to try to divorce them, then you're fucking sent back to where you came from. The kid stays here and you're out. So like, yeah, you definitely want to allow the most. That's dude, with all the technology we have, we can have. It's like, okay, the government can be like, hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We need this many people a year, and we want mostly women that want to be wives and mothers. And we're gonna have to. Not only we're gonna have the women pass some type of a test or take some type of course to see, because we don't want families to break up. We want families to stay together. We're trying to reverse course on the way we've been doing things for decades. We want families to stay together, so we want to pair up the proper people. You could even, it doesn't have to be government funded. The only thing the government needs to do is, if somebody does find somebody that wants to be an immigrant, is just to make sure that they're competent. And that's what I'm saying, is somebody in the private sector, I don't know, Facebook, set something up where people can, like, women can go and guys here can go on the internet and start meeting people across the world, from whatever country. We can pick what country we want to go to, and not go to, but what woman we might want. This is what we have to do, because American women aren't changing their stance. So they don't want us, so that's fine. They don't have to want it, but then we need to bring in women that actually want us and are humble and will accept a humble lifestyle. So we definitely need to make sure that we find guys that can provide a lifestyle, obviously, so the woman can stay at home and take care of the kids, raise the kids, homeschool the kids, while the guy goes out and works. So we need to make sure that the guy can hold down his part of the thing too. He's not just going to get one of these women, they become a citizen, they get married or whatever, and then he just leaves her. We don't want that either. We want to form partnerships, marriages that actually last, that produce emotionally healthy kids that are highly intelligent, that are going to provide. I don't know what they'll provide to society in the future, what society is going to evolve into, but something positive. They're not going to be a negative asset to society. They're going to be a positive, and the way they are raised, hopefully they end up doing the same with their kids one day. You know what I mean? It's just but I don't think that's going to happen. And I also did look up the stat, which I can't really talk about here. Can't talk about race here because I'll seem like a racist. Can't talk about that stuff, right? But if I had a different skin color, I could say whatever I want. Isn't that funny how that works out? Why am I fucking muted because of my skin color? Seems pretty fucking racist to me. But whatever. Yeah, so they should pass a test. Have the ability to get to know each other, and not just like, oh, you're a citizen now. Like he has to move her here. She's probably not going to be from a well-off place. Maybe she is. And that's what I'm saying is, like, we need to bring people here, like women here that want to have kids, that want to have a family, and they want to stick with who they have, and understand, like, hey, listen, like, you are uprooting yourself from your family, and that's the choice you're making. And maybe you guys end up moving to where she's at one day. Who knows? But we don't want to set people up for failure. We want to redo society so people have loving relationships, traditional. That's the best way to raise kids, man. Traditional man and woman marriage. That's the best way to raise kids. I don't know what to tell you, but that's how it is. So, and that could give some of these guys something to strive for. You know, like it is so demoralizing living in this society where it is completely like cold. People are so cold, and I'm one of them. I don't really want to talk to strangers. I'll be nice. I'll be respectful. I'll acknowledge them or whatever, but I'm not gonna go out of my way. And in fact, sometimes I might see people and then like go a different way because I don't want to talk to them. But yeah, like that's something we should do, because I don't see women changing their stance. They're all brainwashed, and they won't. The only way they'll change is if they really have to go through like a serious hardship. And our society is not letting women go through hardship. They cater to their feelings. You know, you can say whatever you want about men on here, but you can't say what you want about women. So you know what I mean? It's just so weak. It's so pathetic, and you know. I'm all for protecting women for sure, but the American women just aren't worth protecting. I see them, a lot of them, like I said, the guys are demoralized because they're overweight, they're all tatted up, they're all masculine. You know, you go to these certain communities and you see their women, and you're like, damn, man, they all sound, they seem like they're all trans. It's crazy. Just like the masculinity that comes from it is just so gross. Like, we don't like that, you know. Even the most alpha guy isn't gonna like an alpha woman. He's gonna want a feminine woman. We don't want our partner, our wife, our girlfriend. We don't want to compete with you. Maybe in a fun way, you know, but nothing serious. And the women out here, hey, listen, man, your job's gonna be gone. I don't know what to tell you. Your cushy jobs that you don't do nothing are gonna be gone. There's no point. Why is a company gonna keep paying you to do nothing for what? When they could just have a robot do it. It doesn't make any sense. No, blue collar ones, like I've said, like I've heard some like really high intelligent people are saying, people that deal with AI, that the jobs that'll be replaced are going to be the jobs I've been talking about. All of the jobs will be replaced, but the first ones to be replaced are repetitive, white-collar, soft jobs. Those will be the first to be replaced, because nobody wants to get their hands dirty anymore. Nobody, you know, you get looked down on for like doing infrastructure jobs. People look down on you. This is what I'm saying with this society. It's completely detached from reality. Like, most people just seem detached from reality, to be honest. And it's like women that are especially hit with this delusional take where they're a peasant, and the internet isn't helping. The internet is perpetuating it. Just like regular looking women are just like completely, like, these guys will not stop simping. They won't stop being thirsty for them, man. It's like, yeah, I mean, if she was my wife, I would be highly attracted to her. But she's like a 5, like she's on the internet, like they're acting like she's a 10. They act like these regular women are fucking Sydney Sweeney or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, stop, dude. This is why women have. These guys are fucking pussies, man. We have a society full of weak fucking pussies that will. I love the woman image like any other guy, man. But dude, make them earn it. Even if like you're not getting any attention at all from women, like at least have some like decency for yourself to like not go on the internet and just like kiss their ass, dude. You know what I mean? Don't you have any type of like self-respect? And if I was a woman, I would be annoyed with like American. It's just like, dude, here's where we're at. Here's where we're at. Guys just want to get laid. Women just want money, and that's where we're at. That's basically where we're at. And how long do you think this is going to be sustainable? I just want to know that. Like, how long is it sustainable? Because I don't think it's going to be sustainable very long, to be honest. And I could be wrong. Maybe it could be sustainable forever. I don't know. But it's pathetic. It's sad. It's disgusting. And the funny thing is, it's usually older men that I see like commenting. Now I'm not saying there isn't younger guys, but it's usually fucking boomers, man. It's so crazy. Like, so these young women are just uploading pictures for old fucking creepy men. That's what they're doing. The same guys that they're like giving them likes and viewing all their content are the same guys, if they see them in reality, they would call the cops on them. But it's okay because it's the internet and she gets likes. So yeah, it's just women are completely overvalued. They only do one thing, man. They look good. They can make, not all, obviously. There's a lot of fat women here, but like that's the only thing they're concerned about is looking good. And it's so crazy, like they want a relationship, but they're trying to like look their best. I guarantee, if I was a woman and I wanted to get a relationship, I probably wouldn't be looking my best. I want to see if the guy actually like likes me for my personality, other than just like wanting to hook up. You know what I mean? Them going all out on the first date. It's like, dude, if I was an attractive woman, I could basically show up on almost any date, unless it's a high value guy. If I was even semi-attractive, I could show up with the fucking sweats, hoodie and sweats on. What the fuck was that? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's all I have. But like I said, for a few years, we only need to let women in. That's what I think. Only women that want to be wives and mothers. Because we need to have people assimilate. And then we also need to get rid of the people that don't want to assimilate. Like, if they're already here, okay, cool. But then they can be an extreme minority. We don't need to be bringing in people who don't want to assimilate. Like, I don't. Fuck your diversity. You can take your diversity and shove it up your ass. When it comes to diversity of race, yes, that's fine. But when it comes to cultures, no. We can't be mixing fucking cultures. That's what creates violence. This is why the left and the right, this is why we're having a national divorce. We're going our separate ways because our cultures just don't align with each other. The left have like they think they have the ultimate morals, but then they cheer for fucking death and people being murdered. So it's like, you don't have any fucking morals. You just want power, like, and that's what I'm saying. All these people want is fucking power, and even if we go our separate ways, they'll be coming and trying to take our shit. They won't leave us alone. So there's only one way to deal with that, and that's completely destroy them, politically, financially, whatever. But it's wild that the government's still shut down, and I think it'll be. I thought it might have been opened up by now, but I think it'll be opened up soon. I can't imagine that that Trump and the Republicans are gonna want no air travel, basically, over the holidays, because why would I keep going to work and being an air traffic controller if I'm not getting paid? It's just not gonna happen. I'm just not gonna. I'll have to find another job. I don't know. You ain't paying me, so I'm not gonna keep working. No, I'm sure they'll get back pay, but it's like, dude, if you didn't prepare and you're not well off, which if you're an air traffic controller, you should be pretty well off, I would think. You should get paid pretty well. And if they don't get paid pretty well, I'm just like, why aren't they getting paid well? They have a lot of responsibility, dude. Yeah, so I would just quit my job and work somewhere else, you know what I mean? And if this happens en masse, you're not going to have any air travel, so that's going to mess up the economy even more. So they don't want that, you know. They want people moving around. They want the economy to do good. The longer this goes, the more impact it's going to have on the economy, that's for sure. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's just a short-term thing, and that's something that we needed. That's